We're back with another PO or Go. This time it's
Music Edition.
Let's go. Guys, who's ready to see us spend more money today? I am. Guys, we're back. PO or Go. If you know how this works, great. Glad you watched the videos. If you don't, well, let me explain. Go watch the videos. Number one, PO or Go is we're either pre-ordering these or ordering these, or we are not, and they are going to go out of our shopping cart.
And this is for our personal collection.
I am not telling you not to buy these. I am not recommending these to you. These are just for me personally and our collection.
If it made it this far, it's a good
probably
statue.
Pretty good.
We're down to debating if we want to spend money on it or not.
And obviously, because our channel is now Kiss-centric all the way, we're doing Kiss statues today. So if you haven't seen our video where we cover the Iron Studios Peter Criss, go watch that and see how I didn't get my drum. And
nor did anybody else.
Nor did anybody else. I'm not the only one.
Or Simple.
Or my Simple, but it's okay. We're going to cover...
We're not bitter.
No, I'm fine. And that's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm totally fine. And so we are going to cover the other three Iron Studios today. And let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and start with Ace Frehley.
All right, so we're going to start with the three other Iron Studios. Now, these are 1/10 scale. They're not all exact. I think they're art scale, so that means they're based on their people's actual height.
Yes.
Now, this is a little tricky because Kiss, when they all wear their boots, are going to get like about 6'6", 6'8", you know, right. Different sizes. So these will be a slightly larger than a normal 10th scale. Yes. So probably about 8 inches, 9 inches, right. Somewhere around there.
So,
but very, very generic bases.
Yes,
nothing fancy about the bases. I wish like the Kiss would be in the background,
yeah.
But it's not. It's literally just a figure. And we'll start off with Ace with his backward guitar.
Okay, guys. I love Ace. You know it. I promote it all the time. I do. But as much as I love Ace, this statue, it ain't it. Like, I don't know what this is, but it ain't it. This is not Ace. Like, first of all, look at his face. That's the first thing you see. I don't know who that is, but it's not Ace Frehley. The face just looks wrong. Like, I get the design that they're trying to go for. I completely understand, because he does that a lot, but it doesn't look like him at all. And I think that irks me so bad. And
he doesn't really have the body type for that time period either.
No. Granted, a lot of statues don't have the body type that Ace had at that time period. I think the costume, fantastic. They nailed it. It looks real. It looks nice. The guitar, I'm actually going to play the other side of this and say he did play his guitar backwards a lot. So it makes sense for the statue. This is kind of a little niche nod to the Kiss fandom that, you know, he does play it backwards. But
for display, it's weird.
For display purposes, and also for anyone who doesn't know about Kiss, it looks a little weird.
It looks like they messed up.
It does, and I think this one comes down to, are you displaying it because you love Ace and you have a big Kiss collection?
Or are you getting the whole set?
You're putting it all together. Like, I just feel like if you only had this particular one and you didn't have anything else around it, it would look very, very strange. I'm gonna say Go on this one and not PO. What do you think? You think Go?
I mean, I have been an Ace fan for years. Ace is the whole reason we become Kiss fans to start off with. True. Now it's grown from there. So, but I still think the McFarlane figures look better.
I agree.
This particular one.
All of the Ace McFarlane figures, and I joke all the time that I do think the McFarlanes look better than this does. And the problem is people cannot get Ace's face right. Like, I have never once seen a statue other than the like original sideshow Kiss statues that has gotten Ace right to where I could look at it and say, I know who that is. So I'm going to have to say go on this one, as much as it hurts my soul to say that. Yeah. But this is just going to have to be a go.
Yeah, I don't feel like we need all 4 pieces, because we have the 4 McFarlane, yes, the band, and we have the 4 Mego. So I feel like we don't need the complete sets of every single thing.
And I've always been one that, especially with Kiss, that I don't feel like I need a complete set. It's more of whichever members look the best and Peter. So that's kind of how mine goes. But all right, let's go ahead and move on. We're going to move on now to Still in Iron Studios. This is the Gene Simmons.
All right, so this is a little interesting because he has his guitar raised, which is going to give it a little bit more height. So this is a little bit over 10 inches. This is still 1/10 scale.
This is a tall one, guys.
That's a tall 1/10 scale, simply because of the bass.
And also, he's like super tall in real life too. With his heels on, he's like 6'7", 6'8", plus the bass. I mean, he's a big boy. All right. This one, unlike the Ace, I really like this one. I love the outfit. I think we get a lot of Demon or Gene Simmons stuff where he's wearing the big armor and the more of like the Creatures or Dynasty era outfits, and for this one to be like an earlier set, I really like that, because we don't get that a whole lot. You get a lot of the devil boot, like the dragon boots, and you get the axe bass, and I think this one just looks very classic, very Gene Simmons, unlike something we're going to show you later on that I think is the exact opposite of that.
I wholly understand it. I still just like the axe bass.
I get it, and like I think that's just preference.
For time period, I mean, that's fine.
I think that's for preference. Like a lot of you out there are probably sitting there at the screen right now like, no, it's gotta be the axe bass. And I completely understand. I'm a huge big fan of 70s Kiss, and this right here feels like it encapsulates 70s Kiss and 70s Gene especially, and I really like that.
Yeah. And Peter needs a partner.
I gotta have one other one, guys.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be a PO.
I think this one is gonna be a PO. I just really like it, and I really like Gene. I like all of them, but this one is very satisfying to me.
One of the advantages of being kind of a plain statue is that it's not as expensive as some other ones.
Right.
So
that helps, especially if we kind of covered this in the video that we did, the Peter unboxing, but having a whole drum kit, almost whole drum kit, is that it's a lot more expensive because there's a lot of pieces and parts to it. This is not that. He's holding the guitar, you're good. So I appreciate just the simplicity, easy bass, easy everything. It looks very nice. It's very clean.
Yeah, and it's tall, so it doesn't take up a lot of space width-wise.
Moving on, we're going to hit the last Iron Studios, which is Mr. Paul Stanley. How do you feel about this one? I'm gonna let you talk.
I mean, I like it. I mean,
enthusiastic. It's cool.
Well, I think it does look like him. I think the hair is kind of weird, but I don't think that's. I think with a statue, there's only so much you can do with big poofy hair, you know. And I think the frills on his arms they stick up a little bit too much. But I mean that's just like super nitpicking. But I think this is actually a pretty good statue. I think it looks pretty good.
I agree. I really do like this one. I think the face on this looks amazing. It looks like Paul. And same thing like with the Gene one. I think that one looks like Gene. I literally think Ace is the only one that just does not look like Ace at all. I think this looks like Paul. I like that they added the chest hair. I think that's funny. I think that's a fun little touch. I also like that the guitar is what he used at the time. I see a lot of Paul figures and statues using maybe a guitar he used like one or two shows that he promoted in a magazine or something. Guys, I'm being so nitpicky about this, but I do like that they went with something that he actually played.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with the frills. He kind of looks like a feather duster in a way. But at the same time, I get what they were going for. And I do really like this statue. I think for display purposes, I think I'm going to have to go on this one. And it's just because if I got Gene and Paul, I would feel really, really bad about not also getting Ace and completing the set.
Yes.
And I'm not a completionist, but I'm also not I'm going to get the majority of the band and not just this one guy.
You can't get 3. I feel like you can get 2. I don't think you can get 3.
Because if I get 3, then I got to go 4. Like, I have to get all of them.
And also we have a shelf where we have Peter and Gene together and Ace and Paul together, so you can't have one. Right.
I have been known to collect more. Obviously, Peter, y'all know that, but also Gene, because his merchandise is so much easier to find than Ace or Paul. So I'm gonna say Gene over Paul in this occasion.
But I will say this: I think this is probably, other than the sideshow Paul, this might be one of the better Paul statues out there. I would say, I'm going to go as far to say, as after the sideshow figures, or the statues, these are the best Kiss statues that have been released since then. Mm-hmm. They look good. They look like them. They have some movement to them. Accuracy.
They're accurate, mostly.
For the most part.
And I do really like these statues, and I would recommend all of these.
Mm-hmm. And the price point's not that bad.
No.
Except for the
Peter.
Peter, if you can find it anymore.
Yes.
But just be aware, it doesn't look like the picture.
Just be aware, it's missing 2 drums.
Go watch our video.
I'm not mad.
It's one drum and one cymbal.
Okay, that's technically 2 drums. All right. Last but not least, guys.
So this is a big jump. So we're going from 1/10 to a really large 1/4 scale.
Yes.
And this is Weta. And this is the only Kiss member they make at this moment. And this is the Gene Simmons or the Demon. I'm not even sure what the name of it is.
It's technically the Demon, and I'll tell you why. So this statue, the first thing that I saw about it was that it was very cartoony. Like, the face looks very fake.
This is almost comic book style.
The
Kiss magazines.
It feels very comic-y. It feels very TV show looking to me. And that's not really what I like. However, the thing that gets me the most about this statue, because I think it's great, the base is weird. It's got like a face in it, but it's facing the wrong way, to where if you actually displayed the statue, the face is like in the base facing the statue.
And the face is looking up between his legs.
Right. And it's like, you're never going to display that and be able to see that, which I think is just kind of weird.
And it's a light up.
Y'all know how I feel about light up statues, but
they're amazing.
It's so overused.
They're all buy it now.
But the biggest issue with this statue, do you know what it is? Do you know what I'm going to say?
He doesn't have a guitar.
This is not Gene Simmons. That is the biggest issue, is that there's no bass, there's no music, there's no Kiss in this whatsoever. This is not Gene Simmons. This is the Demon, which is what they advertised it as, but this is in no way, shape, or form anything to do with Kiss or Gene himself.
But I don't really, what's he trying to set fire to? It's like, unless they plan on making a diorama with a couple of them, but this one has been announced for a long time, and I've not seen any other announcements of any of the rest of. Well, I'm gonna say there hasn't been a partner to them, so I'm not really sure. I don't really understand the point of climbing Demon Mountain with a torch just cause.
And the cape is kind of like wings, which I know that's kind of what Gene had, but I'm gonna play that I would love to see the other 3 members, or even Eric Carr for that matter. So any of the other characters as a statue like this, because I feel like the Demon gets a lot of attention. Obviously, he's the face of Kiss. He's gonna get a lot of attention. But I would absolutely love to see like a Star Child or a Spaceman or a Catman or a Fox.
Or an Ankh Warrior.
Maybe. But any of those as a statue like this, then this one I feel like I would feel better about.
Yeah, it needs a companion.
It needs another one.
It needs a companion, because just having this by itself is just kind of, I feel like it's just kind of, what's the word? I don't want to say afterthought, but incomplete.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Incomplete.
I would absolutely love to see one of these that's the Star Child, because I don't know what he's supposed to do. Like, I don't know what his character is necessarily.
Well, even if somebody else had a torch going the other way, you at least could have bookends,
right?
Kind of thing. But I'm not sure what he's doing.
I would love to see. I would love to see more people do stuff with the characters in Kiss as well. Like, I don't think this is necessarily bad. For me, I'm gonna have to go with this one. It's very big. It's very expensive, and I want my statue to be Gene Simmons and not just the Demon.
I feel like for normal distributors, this is the most expensive Kiss statue out there.
For sure.
Especially independent statue.
Yeah.
And to be that, you're going to have to like really, really kill it. And I just don't feel like they did.
Yeah. But like I said, if Weta went in and made the other characters as statues, I would eat that up instantly. If they made a Catman statue where he was actually like the Catman and was like in a jungle and had like a fun base with it, oh my gosh, I would actually explode. I think that would be my favorite thing ever. But
riding a cat like He-Man.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be so sick though? That would be so fun. Like I think Weta, if you're listening, if you're out there, you should do that, because it would be so fun.
You're gonna sell one.
I guarantee you at least one customer, and it is me, and it will go right here. I promise you that.
just custom make one.
But that's going to be our PO or go today. I know we're a little bit more nitpicky about these, but
we have a much larger Kiss collection than we do many other things. Yes. So for us, like, these things are going to have to hit like 100%, or they're just not going to fit.
Right. And I'm growing my Kiss collection very rapidly. I'm out there, I'm looking. If I get new stuff, I'll show you. If you haven't seen our Kiss collection video, you should go watch it.
Mm-hmm. But we're getting more picky now too.
But we're getting more picky because I don't just want, okay, well, I guess I'll get this statue. I need it to be very good, and I need it to fit in my collection very seamlessly. And that's why I picked what I picked today.
Yeah.
So
these are the best of what's on the market, or what will be on the market very soon.
Yes.
I wish, can I put a wish in?
Yep.
I wish Sideshow would redo their Kiss line.
Please. Oh my gosh. Sideshow, please.
I don't know if they're able to anymore, but
I would.
They made some really, really good ones, and they are very, very, very hard to find.
And they're very expensive on the aftermarket.
Exactly.
I love the Sideshow Kiss figures. I think they are incredible.
They just gave us 2.0.
Come on, Sideshow, you're redoing everything else. You might as well. You might just give me a taste. Give me a taste of it. Give me one or two. I'll be happy.
All right.
But, well,
we'll catch
thank you
next
for
episode.
watching. We'll definitely come back with another episode of PO or Go. If you have recommendations, please let us know. If you think that we should have picked a different one, let us know. And I'll tell you why. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.